everybody, how are we? Give me a sec. Let me arrange stuff a little bit. All right. That's not... Ooh, new feature unlocked. Sorry, guys. As usual, I'm very prepared for this live stream, obviously. Hello, Rich. Hello, Nick. How are we? Pia, hi. Hello, Salad Fogel. Salad Fogel is watching me on Kicks. So if you don't follow me on Kick, I should probably add like a link somewhere. Like if you want to watch the horizontal live stream of my activism, you should probably watch it on Kick. Because here I'm vertical all the way. Who else is here? Blah, 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 blah. Sorry. That's it. Cool. Awesome. So, hello, the vegan anthem. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of you. I'm going to time you out for a little bit. Okay. I know it's against my, needs for like people commenting in the chat and all, but you always instigate trouble, and I'm just like tired of it, and I'm really close to just hiding you from my channel. Not gonna lie, the vegan anthem. I'm so sorry. Starting the live stream like that feels bad. But last week, guys, we created a farm, a dairy farm, which we then converted to a oat milk farm, which was fun and exciting. And we showed that it's possible, and it's easy, even without killing off the animals or selling off the animals into exploitation and slaughter, right? We created an oat milk farm alongside cow sanctuary, right? Where all the individuals are on pastures, and they continue to live their best life without the threatening of them being exploited or slaughtered. But today we're gonna watch an actual example of this, right? This is a dairy farm. Lockwood Film made a video about them, a film. This is an actual dairy farm that transformed itself into an oat milk farm. And this is like part 2 of last week's stream. We're gonna just watch it together. Hello, Jason. Hello, Soy Daddy. How are we today? I hope we're chilling today. Yesterday was hard. So I hope today we're taking shit easy, right? First and foremost, let's support creators. And second, put one in the chat if you're ready to start watching this fantastic movie. I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for nobody to put one in the chat. Riveting stuff. Thank you, Anik. Thank you, Pia. Thank you for playing Tone. I really appreciate it. All right, let's watch. Let's see what's happening. Oh, give me one sec. Give me one sec. There's a person who actually sent me the suggestion for this video, to react to this video, and they aren't here. So I'm just gonna call them up and say, streaming your suggestion, right? Suggestion. All right. Let's begin.
You were quite feral, really, being on a farm. As soon as you could toddle, you were outside, sort of running amongst the cows as far as it was safe, and quite an outdoor life, really.
The film called 74 Cows.
My granddad was an engineer,
I hope so.
and my ambition was to work at Rolls-Royce and follow in his footsteps. But for various reasons, I completely failed at school, so that wasn't an option.
I mean, this is actually interesting. I do wonder, like, there are like generational farmers, right? They literally just, hey, Bianca, I was just talking about you and how this is your suggestion. I'm always wondering, right? So most farmers, I think, are just generational farmers. They've been indoctrinated into it from a young age. They've been working on that farm from a young age, like Tone, right? I would call that unethical, but Tone says that generally speaking, he kind of enjoyed it. And then when they grew up, oh, it's okay. You're here now. So when they grow up, I guess they either take over the family farm after going out to study probably something agricultural, or they open their own farm or their own homestead, right? But they're staying kind of in the family business. But I always wondered, how do some people who weren't born into a farming community, who weren't coming from a family farm life, how do they end up farming of all things? Like even if you failed school, right, for whatever reason, even if you don't have like academic prospects, there are like so many ways you can work for a living that aren't this incredibly hard life. Most likely, if it's a small farm, a life that won't bring you riches, right? And a life where you have to debud, castrate, cut things off of sentient beings, and just like, and then cry tears when you send them to slaughter. I don't know. So I guess this is an interesting input to answer one of my queries about these things. Hello, Marisa. How are you doing? How does it feel to get 100 points? Fake points, mind you, for a prediction.
I think when you're young, you copy what other people do, particularly when you've got a strong father figure and he's running a farm. You know, there are ways to handle farm animals that you have to follow simply to get the job done.
Right, so I'm not understanding. He said his father was an engineer, and then he's making the claim that his father was a farmer. Am I missing context? Am I... Guys, if you don't mind, I'm gonna go back. We're just gonna watch it just one more time.
My granddad was an engineer, and my ambition was to work at Rolls-Royce and follow in his footsteps.
All right. And then his dad was a
for
farmer.
various reasons, I completely failed at school, so that wasn't an option.
Okay, gotcha.
I think when you're young, you copy what other people do, particularly when you've got a strong father figure and he's running a farm. You know, there are ways to handle farm animals that you have to follow simply to get the job done.
I'm hoping and dreading that he's going to elaborate on that, but I don't know if he will. This is where I left off.
I began to sort of feel conscious of the fact that the animals had feelings, and sort of led to feelings of unease about actually eating them when we raised them. And you realise that they do have personalities and they experience the world.
I'm sorry for stopping it like a lot. First of all, copyright issues. Second of all, I do have a lot to say about this. So I'm so sorry for people who want to watch this video, this movie uninterrupted. I'm dropping the link right now in the chat, okay? He sounds so sad, yes. But he said something like, really fucking finger in the eye, isn't it? It's like really, really on point. He said he became conscious of the fact that they have feelings, which is like, it's like so sharp, because they obviously do, and then farmers have to put it aside in order to do what they do. They know it like as a thing, as like a concept. They know that animals have feelings, but then they act like as if they don't, as if the animals don't have feelings or emotions, right? Which are two separate things. And so I'm just like, find this very interesting. Like it was brought up to his consciousness, to something that he has to ponder, and not something that he automatically suppresses, that they have emotions and feelings. Amazing. But I remember I was on the edge of the seat to know where this goes. Yeah.
They're not just sort of robots that eat and sleep.
So many farmers, at least in the comment sections, claim that the animals have no feelings. We're gonna go through it, Pia. Thank you.
I couldn't sort of disconnect that feeling of having to get the job done from the fact that they were individuals rather than just sort of units of production. Just more than a number, really.
Oh, that's so cute, man. Go get that, Pia. Come on.
I came to Bradley Nook Farm in 2006 as a student who had to go to an English-speaking country for an assignment. And I chose to drop city life for 2 months and work on a farm. Jay was talking about how he doesn't like very much what he's doing with the cattle farming, and that he really would like to do something different. And by the end of the 2 months, he said, why don't you come and live with me, and we start something completely different. I came here with the intention of changing the farm to something that would not involve taking animals to the abattoir.
The dreaded fucking trailer, innit? Well, they put the animals on the trailer, they drive them to the slaughterhouse, and if asked, so what's happening in that slaughterhouse? They say they don't know. Isn't it fantastic? So the people in our community who stand... one sec, sorry guys, there's something I have to do, security alert. Oh, it's too late, innit? That's okay. So the people who are in our community who stand outside of slaughterhouses, the crazy vegans, they know more about what goes on in a slaughterhouse than the people who sent the animals there. That shit always amazes me.
Taking them to the abattoir, which is what we often did, being small farmers, we only had 1 or 2 animals to be slaughtered at any one time. You felt as if you were betraying them because you'd made friends with them, if you like. And so to all of a sudden, one day, load them into a trailer, something they'd not experienced before. And you knew that you were taking them to what must be a terrifying experience. It was soul destroying, that's how it felt. It was it was very difficult to do, but wanting to keep the farm working as a farm, I just needed to keep doing it until I could find what else to do.
I had come 10 years ago to do something different with the farm, and for various reasons it had not happened yet, and I just wanted Jay to get to the position where he can do something different, because it is so obviously...
Oh, 10 years! He wanted to do something else. For 10 years. It is hard, and any farmer that says it isn't, I don't believe them. Me neither. Here's the thing, right? This is like the conundrum in the vegan community. We say they don't care about the animals. I actually think that's false. I think farmers see themselves as animal lovers in their own incredibly perverted way, incredibly terrible way. I think they do. I do believe them in that. I think when they say, I love my animals, I believe them. It's just a fucking psychotic response to exploit and slaughter the sentient animals that you love, right? Something is broken there, but I do believe when they say the words, right? Because I guess maybe not the farmers that like constantly scream at the animals. I guess not the farmers that people catch like beating them up, but that's mostly farmhands, isn't it? But I don't know. Yeah. I guess there is like that like both can like different strokes for different folks kind of situation. There are farmers who love their animals and there are farmers who don't. I don't know. I guess it's just like both are true, but because those are different people, different individuals with different with different responses to this life. It just like seems to me that if you like hate animals, choosing to be around animals all day is peculiar. Yeah. It's weird. That's a long time to feel so trapped in that system, yeah. No wonder many farmers have PTSD, being made to deny your inborn natural empathy, yeah. It's often a generational system as well, where it gets passed down and people often think it's their familial and societal responsibility, no matter the costs to themselves or to the animals. Yeah, I agree with that. There is another thing that is going on. Sometimes I ask farmers, do you like sending animals to slaughter? They say, nah, if they're honest, right? And then I ask them, then why do you do it? And I say, I feed people, right? So it must feel like a heroic sacrifice on their part to be a farmer. You know?
Destroying him. Looking at Jay and seeing what being trapped in this kind of life did to him was quite painful. We often got so tense that we started having arguments because nobody could cope with the situation. I think I am more capable to harden my heart than Jay, just out of sheer necessity. I sort of had a more utilitarian outlook at, we have to do this and this is...
Don't say words like that on this channel, man. Don't say it. Joking. Let's hear it again.
Out of sheer necessity. I sort of had a more utilitarian outlook at, we have to do this and this is what we do, and if we don't do it, then we don't pay the bills. But, you know what you're doing, and it's horrible. It became clear that we really have to find a solution. What we can do with the farm
I'm still laughing at the utilitarian thing. I'm so sorry, guys. It's like, might seem inappropriate that I'm all of a sudden like laughing at what she said, which is like, the thing is incredibly sad. The theme of the movie is incredibly sad. But she said this word and it triggered all this scenery in my head about like, you know.
Really have to find a solution. What we can do with the farm, to keep the wildlife on the farm, and to get out of cattle
What wildlife on the farm? I'm not sure what she means by that.
farming.
I mean, it's like a fucking oxymoron, innit? Wildlife on the farm. What does that mean? There are so many trigger moments for vegans in this video, yeah.
It had been suggested from various sources that the best solution would really just to sell up and go away. Selling up the farmyard.
Maybe mice and birds, deer, rabbits. I mean, those animals are usually killed off away from the so that they don't interfere with the farm. Maybe this is like maybe this farm is getting like some kind of a stipend for like leaving some land to a wildlife or something. I'm not sure.
Out in 2 fields and, taking the money for so many houses being built and walking off rich people was not something that we wanted to do.
After my
Why? What's wrong with fucking houses? I'm kidding.
father died.
I'm guessing they mean the wildlife, whatever that is.
Something that we wanted to do.
After my father died, I didn't have the excuse really of sort of keeping him happy by maintaining the farm as he wished. But I simply didn't know what else to do. At first, we installed a small number of solar panels, thinking that was a way to kind of offset.
Another trigger word, but like from lately, from like a past week or so, or week and a half or so, the offset of murder by, like putting in some solar panels.
The environmental impact of the farm. Then we tried to get planning permission for a wind turbine, but that was refused. Somebody told me that you can produce vegetables and crops without animal inputs. So you don't feel that you're implicating animals in your food production. And so, yeah, it sounded excitingly different and felt like the future.
It was actually quite stressful to then quickly come up with details, seeing the architect and discussing things, you know, what is possible and what do we have to do to get there.
Yeah, the emotional typos of writing them dollar instead of solar. Offset the revenue loss is probably what he meant. Well, he did say the environmental impact of the farm. He did say it. I just stopped him before he said it.
Things, you know, what is possible and what do we have to do to get there, and to come up with some kind of plan so that we would not plunge into a complete black hole and, you know, basically drop the farming and end up with nothing. We had the farm assessed, and we knew that we can do something different with the farm and it would be viable.
Yeah, guys, because dairy farms often reside on arable land, as we learned last week. Well, I knew it before, but like I just like asked ChatGPT, what is the likelihood that they're sitting on arable farm?
When you're born on a farm, when your parents have farmed the farm, you want to sort of make things at least as good, I know it's a clumsy way of saying it, as they have been previously. You don't want to sort of feel that you've been responsible for things degrading and literally falling apart. Scary, because it seems so far out after a lifetime of animal farming to sort of say, okay, you can manage without any animals at all by vegan organic agriculture.
Vegan organics, veganic, basically, isn't it? I still have to, it's one of those things that I want to do one day, is look in I skimmed it, but there is like a definition of what veganic actually means. I think it's without shit, right? So like without animal inputs, the way he called it. But I want to know what else. Why organic is mixed into it, I don't know. I'm not sure. Sometimes the organic practices are no better than for the environment than the non-organic. It's definitely no reason for the people to like buy organic over conventional. So I don't know. I guess once you do vegan organic, you can put those labels on your fruit and veg and sell it for more.
As winter came to an end, we started to think, well, you've got all these cows on the farm, what'll happen to them? Will he send them to market or maybe send them to slaughter? And I said,
look at them. Look at them. Ah, so precious and cute. What a beautiful face. Oh, little puppy. I mean, big puppy. Really, really big puppy.
well, that wouldn't be a good way to start vegan farming. We'll try and find them places at sanctuaries, but it'll take a long time. We've got to organise this and deal with the reality of the cows leaving the farm, and it's going to be a massive change. You sort of think, am I doing the right thing? It was quite scary for me because I was kind of rejecting everything I'd known up till that day, really.
Selling them to market, well, sometimes it's selling them back into exploitation, isn't it? Like if the cows are still, the heifers, whatever, the cows, the heifers, the calves, if they're like still in the fertile / profitable period, that would be just like sold off back into dairy or into slaughter, yeah, or into breeding or into all kinds of shit. Yeah, like last week AI suggested that in order to avoid exploitation, we should sell them, rehome them, which means selling them to small farms or giving them out to small farms or like homesteads, which would still exploit them. AI just like doesn't know the difference because it's a fucking machine in it.
Do something as radical as
Yes, and the exploitation ultimately ends with slaughter. Yeah.
getting rid of the livestock from the food chain seemed threatening to most of agriculture, I think.
Those are still young calves right there. So how did they film this movie is what I'm asking.
Kind of distanced us from the other farmers in the area. In fact, the farm was nicknamed the Funny Farm by some local residents.
I think
I missed that. I
In the area, in fact, the farm was threatening to most of agriculture, I think. It kind of distanced us from the other farmers in the area. In fact, the farm was nicknamed the Funny Farm by some local residents.
I think
the funny farm.
that it is largely underestimated what pressure farmers feel. I think they could do with more support to look at things differently rather than being attacked.
Yes, she's right. But it's sure as fuck hard to do in practice. Sure as fuck hard to look at somebody who willfully continues to exploit and sends animals to slaughter. And it's fucking hard to be empathetical and compassionate towards them. She's right though, right? She's right, because some people are fucking stuck in this, the way this guy is. And he's been stuck in it for 10 years. He was exploiting and slaughtering animals while not wanting to do so. And so, yeah, both are right. Yes, he deserves like some kind of compassion because he feels stuck in a situation that is hard to resolve, but also is fucking hard to do.
The cost that we had been burdened with from doing what we're doing is basically losing the money that we would have made from sending the animals to slaughter, which would have been, roughly 40 to 50,000 pounds. Accepting that we would lose the income from selling the cattle was not difficult at all. Trusting that there are enough people out there who appreciate what we are doing, appreciate what we are trying to do, and who are willing to support us.
And then they got supported as like a sanctuary or something? I just like have like a lot of questions on, and the movie is almost done. You have only less than 4 minutes left. And I just like left with a lot of questions. I hope they can answer it in the 3 minutes, 52 seconds there.
Hello, Teddy. It seemed that it would take a long time before places were found for the animals. We'll have to sort of allocate 6 here and 1 or 2 at another sanctuary. It's going to take a long time.
It took a lot of planning. It took an awful lot of phone calls. And I assume that it was stressful for Jay as well, but he doesn't express that so much. But I know that I was terribly stressed.
So we were amazed when they phoned and said Hillside in Norfolk can take the entire herd all together at one go.
Oh, sweeties.
Calves and cows can stay together and all the family groups can be preserved. It's an absolutely sort of dream outcome that they can all stay together. And
So if I would have to guess then, right, because a minute ago I questioned how they even made this movie. when we obviously see the cows still on the farm, still with the tags, still with the calves. So I'm thinking, called Hillside, and Hillside said, we'll take all the cows and we're going to document the entire thing and we're going to interview you and make a movie out of it. Maybe.
Live out the rest of their lives.
Oh, sweeties.
We were very, very pleased.
Yeah.
The day after our cattle had gone, we received the first postcards and letters from people saying how wonderful what we are doing. And a lot of people said, you have restored my faith in humanity. We have now finally managed to achieve the change that I came here to help with in the first place. And although we are still working on it and have not got the end result yet, it is quite a different thing to manage making plans rather than just the same old that you are not really convinced of. I do think that it has changed Jay. The biggest change is, I think that he talks more.
So I just realized I said this was turned into an oat farm. I think I misunderstood. I remembered watching a movie similar to this where an actual dairy farmer became like an oat milk farmer. But I guess he just became a veganic farmer, which is fine, still in the realm of what you can do with your dairy farm. It's just didn't wanted to address that I accidentally misled everybody.
About what he's thinking and what he's planning and what we're doing, and that is just so beautiful to see. I am not looking on how Jay is destroying himself, but we are actually working together to build up something that is really good and that we both are convinced of, and that is a good thing. That is a good thing.
We debated. 1 year
You can
later.
tell this sort of, they don't belong to me anymore somehow. Everything that had bothered me about the process of beef farming in the past, all that burden of responsibility was lifted, and it was just such a relief.
That's what was my thought, Brett. Maybe it's just maybe we'll finish the movie first and see.
To know that the animals I'd been looking after would have a happy cowy life for the rest of their lives. I know it sounds soppy, but it was a joy really to learn that the ones who were still living on the farm were going to be saved, literally, and enjoy just being cows.
Wait. We missed. Hillside Animal Sanctuary, the Vegan Society, and all 73 cows. That's cute. Let's watch the Jumping for Joy just one more time.
Stressful for Jay as well, but he doesn't express that so much, but I know that I was terribly stressed.
So we were amazed when they phoned and said Hillside in Norfolk can take the entire herd all together at one go. Calves and cows can stay together and all the family groups can be preserved. It's an absolutely sort of dream outcome that they can all stay together and live out the rest of their lives. We were very, very pleased.
Oh my god. That is so cool. Hey, what's up, Sabby? We was suggested that we should read the comments. So let's find them. Let me just increase that so that you could guys read it as well. There you go. Yeah, should we sort? Let's sort by top and then go from there. Right. The new one's obviously gonna be more of a bacon, beef. You have completely failed at school, but you definitely succeeded with your emotional heart. This brought tears to my eyes. I think you two are incredible. You have made such a difference to the world. You have set the bar of what you've done with the will be remembered and will be a catalyst for change. So brave. I agree, kind of. Also wish it would have been done sooner. Can't believe this doesn't have more views. It has how many? Sorry, you're gonna see my entire watch list. 44k views. That's not a lot at all. Those are the lucky 73 cows in the UK. Thank you, Jay, for changing the legacy of your father's farm into a positive one. Your sacrifice was worth it. Hopefully, many others will follow. I don't think anyone can say animals don't have feelings. Humans love their pets for the very reason. Let me just lower the sound of the Discord server. So sorry again. There you go. And I've been a vegetarian. Hope you've turned vegan because this was a dairy farm, wasn't it? Recently went vegan. Phew, because you were gonna get my wrath. I just don't agree with factory farming and the abuse of the animals received. Well, this was a small farm. Still exploited, still sent to slaughter, so I don't know what the word factory is doing there. Ooh, okay. This is just so moving. What wonderful people. This world needs more people who care this much about all the sentient beings. Thank you for making this. Nothing but respect, respect, respect and gratitude. Okay. I have watched this video a few times. I get emotional because I commiserate with Jay, the farmer, on his feelings and compassion for the sentient cows and his connection to them. I can't help but think there are many like him who want to get out of the slaughter business and just run a farm that doesn't involve killing the animals who trust you. So I'm not understanding, is this a beef farm or a dairy farm? I understood this to be a dairy farm. Maybe I'm wrong. I've clickbaited the fuck out of you guys. That's okay. Thank God for this man and his honesty. He knows cows. He knows the reality of their lives and the depth of their feelings. When I was a girl, I used to pass by a cow field on my way back from school and would sing to the cows. They loved it and would rather listen. Looked like a dairy cow from the species. Not the species, the name of it. Jesus Christ. It doesn't matter. What a sensitive, lovely couple. I hope this man is getting some help. That's enough of the good stuff. Let's see the bad. One of the most, okay, beautiful, huge respect from India. Typhon humanity restored. God, beautiful humans. What should humanity needs your sensitivity to stop this cruelty. Where are the bad stuff that I was promised? Bovine persuasion. That's good. Such a moving story. You're awesome. There's the cows jumping. Yeah. Very uplifting story. I see this over 4 years old. Any updates on the farm? Well, probably making money from planting plants. We need to follow up on this. How are Jay and Katya doing now? Running, are they running a profitable vegetable farm now? Looked like it. There is a movement to support cattle farmers to shift growing soya, peas, beans. Yeah. You're amazing. How beautiful. Guys, I don't see the bad comments. Let's just look the ones that have responses to them. How about that? That's where usually all the crap is at. Well, there is one. Found one. That's cute. If you think all animals are the same, go with your pet then. Clown. So very true. Once I was responsible to raise calves. I could never eat their meat after that. Eating babies, no go for me anyway. No lamb, no nothing. I hope this will motivate more people, at least eat less meat and no babies. Motivate me to teach more children better so I don't raise and support failure like these people. Oh, failures like these people. So, yeah. Oof, rough. By the way, unless you have something, I'm pretty much, that was my only plan. So seeing all the cows and their calves jump for joy instead of being sent to slaughter made me cry. Thank you. That was the cutest thing ever. It was. We watched it twice. Vegan and Gaia cult propaganda. It's pure Agenda 21. I've been reading this. I'm not in the best of states from yesterday. With those too weak-minded sentimentally. What? Ding dong. Yep. Grow up and wise up. They just kept doing ding dong. Okay. All right. So unless you have something else we can watch, I'm just gonna finish reading these conversations and then just click off, guys. A short one today. I hope this man is getting some help with his mental health. He looks like he's right on the edge. Years of working amongst suffering animals has taken its toll. And I'm not surprised. I went vegan in 1984. You should be dead for protein deficiency. I bet you died right after writing this comment 1 year ago, which would have been 40 years of veganism. Crazy. Crazy, innit? I turned vegetarian in my 40s, and now I'm thinking about becoming a vegan. And I wondered if we all stop eating animals, what would happen to them. I once saw a doco about a farmer in some poor country who did get milk from his cows, and he used the cow poop to make his electricity and gave them away to end their days in sanctuary. The trouble is that humans see animals that are wild, like the brumbies, goats, camels, cats, dogs, roaming free as feral and something to be rid of or cooled. Even koalas at one stage were being cooled. Thanks, Jane. Katya, go vegan, motherfucker. Somebody gonna tell you that? I don't know. I've lost interest real quick. Arrivals playing the snow is fun to watch. Let's see if we can make that happen in a second. I don't see anything else. I'm split between being vegan or mostly plant-based, and here and there getting meat from farmers I personally know and treat the animals as humanely as possible until, of course, they are slaughtered, man. Please just try to go down the vegan road, yeah. Ask them if they went vegan in the meantime. You want me to write a comment? Should I? I don't know. Okay, in a second. Please just try to go down the vegan road. There is no nice way for that meat to end on your plate. It's very easy these days, correct? Haven't cried like that ever. I mean, slaughter footage would make you cry even more. This made me cry, as animals matter. Yeah, so I think mostly vegans watched this video. Oh my god, the whole herd running and jumping together. So cute. It was. The vegetarian from like 40 comments up. I don't feel like going looking for it, man. So sorry. Totally disagree. Eating a steak should be just like eating an apple. Both are tasty. Totally disagree. Punching you in the face should be just like punching a punching bag. Both are incredible fun. That's totally stupid because all of a sudden I'm the victim. So you can't compare me victim to some else victim. You can't compare me to my victim. That's totally stupid. It is nonsense that animals and humans are equal. Why do people think that way? I don't know if this is good for my mental health. God fucking damn it. Oh, you got me, man. You got me right there. It is nonsense that animals and humans are equal, except if you see yourself so. After all, you can just stop eating meat, but you have to respect other choices and not being mean. Poor, defenseless meat eater who never done anything wrong except for victimizing animals every single day with their money. Just like he doesn't have rights to interfere in his choices, then he, the guy who said eating animals is okay, also doesn't have any rights to interfere in the life of an animal and kill it for his personal pleasure. Veganic 6757. Humans and animals are not equal, but why does someone have to be equal to you for you to not kill them? Good point. What's the morally relevant difference? My person, let's go. What's the morally relevant difference? Why it's okay to kill one but not the other? Being equal does not mean killing. It just makes you a horrible person, a killer. Not sure what that means. Well, we found some. We found some scum. No, okay. Tremendous, very moving story. Hope you're vegan. What compassion and courage, Jake, you have. All right, go vegan, please. Beautiful. All right, let's see if we can find crows in the snow. Let's see if we can find that. One sec. And crows in the snow. Up. Hope there is no copyright music. Ah, cutie. Oh, animals are so cute. Holy shit. Just rolling around. That is so cute. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, I watched this one and I love it. This is the best. Ten out of 10. Smarter than most people. For real, for real, for real. That could be AI, you say? I don't know, seems very convincingly not AI. It's too imperfect. I don't know, maybe, could be. Ah, what the fuck do I know? AI looks fucking weird these days. This looks AI. This looks AI. This looks too perfect. Let's see. Yeah. And it, Unique, can you imagine if we, like, for instance, actually, like, provided them with food and they would never have to, like, just, like, walk around all day just, like, looking for food, otherwise they would starve, right? Imagine if we had food everywhere for the birds, the time would free up to do other stuff. And I personally think I really want to see that happening to crows, because crows are smart as fuck. And if you actually, like, free up their time from survival, it could be that they could, like, just do absolutely fantastical stuff. They will take over the world. I think I agree with you. We have a short that I made in the first year of YouTubing about this, where I made the claim that if humans were like to get yeeted, who would become like the smartest animal in the world? And I nominated birds, like as a concept. Obviously, they're not the species, but like crows would be like literally the species that would be like the smartest. Maybe they do. I don't know. Just like fucking having fun. Any other suggestions after this? Something that we can watch? I've just noticed something. This has 4.16 million subscribers. RM videos. I don't know what that is. Can you imagine like a vegan channel having this many subscribers? Fucking can't. All right. Any other suggestions? I think we can get just like be done early today, so that you can go and do lives if you need to do weekend relaxation. Maybe go do activism if you feel fancy. Maybe come and do activism support in my Discord server if you haven't joined yet. This is it. Give me a second. I'm gonna actually give you like the link to my Kick channel as well. Let's see if we can do that. Once I figure out how to not override my videos, I'll do that as well. But right now there are like 2 videos of my live streams in there. And yeah, guys. Young Man Cooking has over 1 million subscribers. Oh, Jung. Yeah. Yes. Not vegan though. Easy. He's just cooking plant-based, unfortunately. This is worth a look too. All right. Oh, we looked at it extensively yesterday on my stream, but I guess a few people are not watching my my outreach streams. This site can't be reached. Tone. Did I copy it properly? There you go. Yeah, this is something that is worth looking at. I did go through it yesterday, and it is incredibly funny. And the person who did it is in our Discord server, and it's really funny. It's a really funny response to Forget Veganuary. And here's the link again. So yeah, check it out. Support this person. They did a fantastic job. Really funny, really fucking interesting. Look at that clown emoji. Really, really good stuff. Sorry, good stuff. They somehow in 2 fucking days made an actual fucking game or 2 or 3. They actually like, oops, made a game. Shit, I'm supposed to, yeah. Fuck me. Give me a sec. So there is like an actual game that you can play. You can just move the pile of meat to avoid all of these things. So, and then you fail because you're me and you suck at all games. Anyways, vegans don't slack. Vegans are amazing. All right, guys. Thank you everybody for coming. Sorry, it's a short one today. I should have probably thought of something else to do as well. I thought I could yap for an hour and a half about a 15-minute video, but it's just like left me a little like, I don't know. There's not much substance in that movie, was it? That's okay. A short one. Thank you for coming. See you next time. Bye.